Bitwit's coverage of CES 2017 is brought to you by Fractal Design, MSI, and CableMod. Check out the links in the description below, or you'll wake up next to me tomorrow morning.
All right, guys, we're here at the Corsair booth now, and they're showing off a brand new keyboard. This is the K95 Platinum. Woo! Using some MX speed switches, I do believe. Let's take a closer look there. Yep, that's totally a speed switch. I just knew it. I just knew it from touching it, totally. So the newest thing about this, and I think probably the most visible, is the light bar that you see right here going all the way down the entire keyboard. There's actually 19 different zones. You can completely configure this just like you can with any of the other RGB LEDs to pretty much do any kind of effect that you might imagine. So that's pretty cool. The other cool thing about this board is that they've brought back the USB 2.0 pass-through. Right on the back here. So that's one thing that the community really wanted back in the game, so Corsair has brought it back to you guys. Also, it's got 8 megabytes of onboard memory, so you can store up to 3 profiles and pretty much take the keyboard wherever you want with you and never have to worry about your profiles not being left behind, I should say. So there's also a button right here where you can switch on the fly between those 3 profiles at any time, regardless of where you might be gaming from. And the last big update to this keyboard is that the wrist rest is now featuring 2 different textures. You got kind of like a smooth texture right here. It is completely magnetic, so you can just pop it out like so, flip it around, and now you've got a completely different texture because everyone has their preference on what kind of surface they want their wrists to be resting on. So MSRP on this bad boy is $199, I believe, and availability is going to be... What's that? Q1, thank you very much. Q1 availability, so stay tuned for this coming very soon. It's pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and see what else they got here. Hey look, they chopped off half the macro keys. All right, so by now you guys are probably familiar with Corsair's Vengeance LED series RAM. Very popular, very beautiful looking stuff. Now they've pretty much taken the same thing and made it RGB compatible. So you pretty much get the full gamut of color spectrum that you would expect from an RGB device these days. And I do think that they look a little bit brighter, and I was asking them about that. They've actually done some refinements to the PCB itself to be able to deliver more power to the LEDs, and that's why they are a bit more bright and vibrant than the Vengeance LED series, which is pretty cool. This also comes along with some software in Corsair Link. Now this is a beta software, so don't take everything you see here with a grain of salt. There are some features that are not available yet, but this is a pretty cool software from what they've shown me so far. You can actually synchronize all of the LEDs on each of the modules, or you can have them run separately and have their own profiles. You can group them together or not. There's the kind of more what you would expect as far as like LED effects, including like the rainbow effect, you know, rainbow wave, color spectrum, pulse, breathing, and all that sort of thing. You can also change the plateau or the slope. Also, there's some onboard storage, believe it or not, on these modules. So even if you were to configure an LED profile on this kit and take them out of one computer and put them in another one, even if that computer didn't have Corsair Link, it would still boot up with the same color profile that you would set on the on your first rig. So that's pretty cool, actually. As far as MSRP goes, they did not say, but these should be available relatively soon, so stay tuned for that. Hey look, it's the MP500 NVMe SSD M.2 drive that Paul and I talked about on Awesome Hardware. Cool. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the Corsair booth here at CES 2017. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned for more CES coverage coming at you really soon. And huge thanks to my sponsors, Fractal Design, MSI, and CableMod. Go ahead and check out their stuff in the description below. Have a good one, guys. See you in the next one.